Your favorite winner from the show. I'll briefly start. Your favorite, the winner whose speech or just the win itself. I really feel first off, I feel really bad for Questlove. I feel really bad for him because that was an excellent movie. We gave a really good review of Summer of Soul. That was the best documentary I think of last year, and that was just a joyous movie to behold. So it really sucks that his moment got screwed, but I will say my favorite award, it was a toss up between DeBose and Kotzer. I give it to Kotzer. I really like Troy Kotzer, and I did peg him to win. A lot of people had, even the experts were going Cody Smith-McPhee from The Power of the Dog. And I thought Kotzer of the nominees was the best and most worthy winner. And I loved his speech because you know what the great thing about his speech is, and when you two gentlemen see Coda, you'll know what I'm talking about. He plays a character, a father in Coda, who's a little tactless, vulgar, prone to saying the wrong or more abrasive thing. And then he got up on stage. Everybody's doing the deaf form of like celebration in honor of him. And he gets up on that stage and you could tell he is firmly authentic. He is a firmly authentic, interesting, fun individual. His joke about Marlee Matlin yelling at him for wanting to teach President Biden dirty sign language, I thought that was well played. I was really happy for Troy Kotzer, and I look forward to hearing what you guys think about Coda. Dom, your favorite winner from Sunday?
Got to be Ariana DeBose. Just the fact, ever since Hamilton, I fell in love with that whole cast, and the fact that when she was chosen for West Side, just when they announced that she was going to be in West Side Story, I was like, definitely seeing this now because that
you were
was
blown away by her. You talked a lot about her performance when we talked West Side Story.
Yeah, hell yeah. And just honestly, just the angle. I mean, it was a fan favorite. I think it was kind of a lock, but still, regardless, for a reason. Just the fact that yes, she wins the same Oscar for the same role for the same story, while acting opposite the woman who won the same. Like you'll never in the next 100 years you might see that once or twice in movies, or unless they start doing holograms, but still it's just like a perfect story that in the history books is going to be really fun to read about when you're looking back on it. So easily my favorite winner.
And it was a really good speech. When she addressed her mother, I'm not going to lie, that was the only moment of the whole Oscars I had a couple tears in my eyes when she addressed her mother and showed her mother. I love that. Joe, your favorite winner from Sunday?
It's the person who won 2 awards. It's Zack Snyder for the best moment and fan favorite film on the Twitter poll. No, it's also the
I didn't even get to how that pissed me off.
Yeah, I didn't even get to that. That was so stupid. It was just like, why even bother try doing this stuff? Because I said that and with someone in my chat's like, it's because Spider-Man didn't win. And I'm like, I'm like, dude, if Spider-Man would have won, I would have not cared either. You know how like half-assed that was for the Oscars to attempt to be more mainstream with something like that? Anyways, no, it was DeBose as well. I mean, it's DeBose's speech. Her winning is like one of those moments in the Oscars that like we had with Parasite last year winning Best Picture. It's like deserved. The speech was great, and everybody like I think was legit happy to see that happen. It's one of those moments. I was happy to see her win, and of course, well, I was gonna say, of course, it's cool to see Will Smith finally win, but that was another thing going on in my mind when that happened.
The one bit I will say that I did really like, and I want to throw this out here as we look to wrap up. The one bit, and I completely forgot about it until I took a look at my notes from Sunday night, was, and I have a star next to it too, so shame on me when I was writing other notes for this show. You know what bit I thought was very good? Was Wanda Sykes visiting the Academy Museum. I thought that was
right.
thought that was pretty good. In my opinion, it was the best bit of the night. It was which isn't saying a whole lot, but I did like a lot of that. And it showed that museum. It was good publicity for that museum. God, does anybody want to date me and we can go to that musium? Or am I going to have to take my cat Ebert over here? Like,
that was a very smart, advertising. Good edgy joke. It's like she passes by that ugly mask and she's like, "Hey, Harvey Weinstein," and it's like, yeah, that's good. That's edgy. I don't know. I can't get into the science of it, but that's actually well executed by a great female comedian. Like, you can do it. It's great.
Wanda Sykes could have held her own. If she didn't, I mean,
Yes,
all due respect,
100%.
I'm not a huge Amy Schumer fan, but no disrespect to her, and I really like Regina Hall.
Yeah.
But like Wanda Sykes could have handled that on her own. Wanda
Yeah.
Sykes is one of the funniest people living, and she has been authentically herself from the moment she got famous, and I thought that was a really good. That was probably the one good bit of the night was her going to that Academy Museum too, because it did do its job in humanizing and showing what that is, and everything like that. But the last thing I'll mention, though, the final thing I'll mention, and it's getting downplayed again because people remember Coda like third or fourth of what happened Sunday night. Isn't it wild? Isn't it utterly wild that the first streaming service to win Best Picture is Apple TV Plus?
Yeah, actually.
That is like remind me, what was it for again?
Coda.
It was for Coda, right? Okay, that's what I thought. It's like, I was gonna make a joke about Justice League, Suicide Squad winning
Best makeup.
a best makeup and being the Oscar winner. It's not. That doesn't quite compare, but it's like it really came from behind, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's something else.
My friend brought up a good point, and my best friend brought up a really good point when we were talking about it. My best friend said, well, you know what it is? He goes, he's like, I'm not too surprised by that. He's like, I'm not surprised as you are. He's like, Apple TV is the one streaming service of all these companies that is about low volume, high quality.
Actually, yeah.
And he said that, and I was like, you know what? You're damn right. And he goes, every show I've watched on Apple TV or every movie I've watched on Apple TV has been very, very good and has been great. He's like, he was telling me, he's like, I've seen middling stuff, but I haven't seen outright atrocious stuff like I've seen on Netflix and even Hulu. He's like, Netflix is the opposite. Netflix is high volume, often low quality. Apple TV is they're not one to do a ton. Yeah, is it cake? There you go. But that I thought was pretty significant, that Apple TV was kind of the David and Goliath, was the David here going up against, and now they're the first streaming service that says we won Best Picture, and Netflix is slapping air, if you will. But that's gonna about wrap up. Any final thoughts from you, gentlemen, before we have to do this again next year?
Next show next year. No, man, it's the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing aside, this was and really disinterested. The fact that Joe and I were playing video games in the background and kept playing video games, it never got interesting. Sometimes you do have a weak lineup of pictures and some nominees. It's just not a strong year. That's fine, but it's like at this point, I don't know what you do as the Oscars other than do something radical, but not like boomer radical. I said, you know what, go just 1 year, be boring, just be boring, be inspiring, make it a Nova episode. I don't give a damn. Just try it. And the ratings will probably get worse. But like,
be boring, but appease the people that are going to watch every year, losers like me.
Yes. Thank you. That, yes. I'll leave it with that, with what Steve said, which is just appease to the movie lovers, to the technical artists, put them on a genuine spectacle. And maybe, just freaking maybe, someone will go, hey, editing, I guess that is cool. Makeup. Oh yeah. Maybe the people will actually care more about movies. Yeah. I'll leave it there. Joe.
Add into like the whole thing. To me, I will say this for next year, just get on with it, okay? Yes. Cut out the BS, okay? Let's not do these overlong bits. All right, we don't need to have like 50 montages for something or whatnot. Like, we just find the actual fat we need to cut out, okay? Find the actual stuff that needs to be trimmed down. Get this show to 2 hours and 30 minutes, okay? Get it to there, man. You could go a little bit over. I'm fine with that. You get it to there, I think you'll be A-okay.